All right, here we go again. Buckle up, rough roads ahead. So I told you before that there's this routing that occurs. Right. So again, even by just them stalking you and cursing you, you don't like when you call the prayer line. So there's a prayer line that you call, and there's probably some of them got 10 or 20 people. Right. How do you know? How do you get the person that you're supposed to get? You got to call in at the right time. I just called in at the right time. The best guy I've ever seen there. Now I've had some good people, but the last few times I called in was very strange. Like if with this guy, if I said, "Can I pray with you?" and he would let me pray. The woman before didn't want to let me. And I called him and asked him, and I said, maybe the time has passed for me to move in to the Unity Village area. I said, I go over there anyway and heal places and pray and everything, in Missouri. Right. He says, yeah, I know where Overland Park is. And, but he had a great prayer. It's still the tinglies could still come from cramped, damaged muscle. Right. Like I said, I tried to make the spine hurt or the spine like in the middle back to trigger something and by moving it, and it couldn't do it. It's just so strange because that right side is still so cramped. Like I think the left side. I mean, it's supposed to be a little bit more firm than I have on my left, but I think it's only supposed to be a modicum firmer. It's the right side. It's just totally jacked up, and it's all I had to do. And I kind of knew I wanted to do that. I couldn't get anywhere. Mm. I mean, they're devils in Oklahoma. Now, I don't know, each person, but they were able to rip that wing off of my Mini Cooper just by me going to a car wash, and all them years I was so careful. Right? I mean, they're just devils, man. God, thank you much. Well, before I left, I got to some massage, but I don't think it was aggressive enough. It was like I had to go every 2 weeks or whatever it is I was going. I was starting to tighten up. I think right before I left Oklahoma. It was like the worst thing I could ever do was move from there at that point. I mean, you think about it. If I'd have stayed just a couple more months, right, there would be no way. I mean, I may have moved into an apartment, but there was no way I would have moved anywhere else. Right. Or I was really trying to get to the in-town suites in Edmond, but I swear they were blocking me. I didn't look at that. There was many people living there. Every time go there, oh, there's no apartments left, no rooms left. And maybe if I got there, I could have got the massage. Well, I was in what was it, Integris? I was in the Integris system, but I just never got anywhere. So, well, I guess sometimes it takes a steroid to relax a muscle. I mean, it's actually already starting to relax. And again, I got that. The epidural takes a little while to circulate around the body. What I'm actually trying to do is trying to heal the body before I go to surgery, right, of whatever I can heal it of. Hmm, Correct. That's what I was trying to do last time also, but I couldn't get anywhere. I know I'm supposed to buy another Bible, but I don't know which one. It's like I just asked the Lord which one, and in silence, I know how that works. Oh, wait. Now the right's starting to relax a little bit. No, I knew everything I needed to do to get to have a normal life. They wouldn't let it happen, and they do too. I have to keep pushing through. That's bullshit. Again, you're devils. At a certain point, a person can't. Like other people don't realize it. I guess I don't realize it. I don't think I realized it at the time either. Or maybe I could have pushed through. Right. But I just feel like a massage right now because I'm nice and relaxed, so they can actually manipulate the muscle. Right. Yeah, if I had it to do again, I wouldn't go to Amarillo. I had a great time in Amarillo when I drove through there when I bought my car in Denton, but I would have probably would have went to Garland, right, and then try to get massage there. It would probably would have worked much better. Right. And again, if I was released like this, I could probably think better through it. Like just this morning, I couldn't think through anything. So cramped up. Jeez. Thank you, Larry. Well, it almost feels like if my right side was massaged out like the left, that I'd be okay on the right also because the left has very little, if any, inflammation right now. That's it. And anytime you're ready to pay me, I'm ready. I can launch. Yeah, it's like weird because it's all in the right side right now. My left side is like super relaxed. See if I exercise my right a little bit, if it does anything. But I guess the left is starting to fill up with blood and oxygenate. I have no idea where it's going to end up. Oh, well, just spraying a little bit on the right side, see what I get to with that. Mm. That's it's what it feels like. It feels like it just needs to be like it wants to be massaged and stretched. Like, I mean, really, they were stalking me in Oklahoma, and that's a result of that. If they hadn't been stalking me, I would have had better luck, and it would have had me sit there, right, and getting massages and everything until until COVID, of course, and but then it probably have been a lot easier, right, and I wouldn't have moved all my stuff. I don't know how I would have reacted in that if I would have moved out of that particular hotel. I mean, even right before lockdown, I bought this guy. Before we went in the lockdown, I bought this guy a bicycle because he was riding like a little kid's bike to work with ball tires. It's like $400 or something, just so he's a hard working guy, and he's you know like construction or something. And he's riding a little banana seat bike, like beat up, just so he can get to work. Right. I eventually lost contact with him. I called him during COVID, but his number was out of service. That could be because he wasn't working. Right. I mean, for them to do this to me is it's just me of all people. I guess it's because they're devils. They don't like anybody that's not a devil. Trying to suck up the afternoon sun. Right. The height of that woman. Boy, this wind. This wind's ruining it. Needs to be warmer. Yeah, if I had just stayed in Oklahoma, this probably wouldn't have happened as bad, if at all. The other guy that was living there, he even said to me, he said, you should stay here. This is a pretty good place to live. And it was. It was cheap. It's like seven something for an extended stay room, and they were clean. I mean, that was like the cleanest extended stay in Oklahoma, probably. Because she was like she's a regional trainer for managers and stuff. And she would show them how to clean it. Like I was trying to tell them in Texas how they do it. I said, you have to actually paint the walls, right? Otherwise, they're going to find spots. So you have to have your people going around like the lobby area, painting the lobby area, right? Touch up paint. If they didn't do this, I could actually even have managed a Wood Spring Suites, right? No, I'm thinking back to when I was walking, and I think I already had some of this going on, where my right was more powerful than my left. Right. But I don't think I had the whole back thing going on like this, where the right side was that tight. No, it's really cramped, is what it is. So again, I wrote the doctor to help him understand. So, let him decide what to do with it. Instead, if I get all this to chill out, I can just sit in a seat and be comfortable. Right. Oh my gosh. Trying to get that. I'm trying to keep it stretched so it doesn't cramp up around the station tubes or whatever they call it for healing the sinuses and all that. I can't be sitting in a chair. That hurts. No, the left side feels like normal. The right side's like utterly cramped. Even though it's like so much, what makes it feel weird is it's so released compared to the right, right? Which in itself would cause major issue in the body, right? So they're saying, from what I hear inside, the spirits are saying that it's cold right now. Just give it another 20 degrees and you'll feel like a whole new person. Part of that, right? Oh, it's scary what happened. I'm like in shock. I mean, that I wasn't able to get anywhere. I was in shock then. You put me in shock, all of you. Right. It's weird. I'm not like starving today. I was a little bit hungry, but God, I was starving yesterday like crazy. Don't stop eating. Maybe that's a good sign. No, I've taken plenty of head CAT scans and stuff. There's no sign of a stroke. That's the one test that I know I've received plenty of. Right. Thanks. I mean, I don't know when the last one was, but probably wasn't that long ago. A year at the most. And this was already going on before that. Sometimes, like in the evening, like a lot of this just kind of moves aside. So it right. For some reason, I can lay in bed at night and have it work. All right, and get some sleep. Well, the thing is, once you start pulling nerves, cramping up muscles, and pulling nerves, and that can be a whole body thing until you get it under control. I just wish I could have saw this sooner. I mean, again, it's a push pull. It's not like there's like get out of here, move out of our city. It's a push pull. They're trying to deplete their victim and force their victim into something. Again, like a sex cult. Thanks, sir. But you say, well, why didn't you just leave Santa Fe? Well, I couldn't. They were operating me. I couldn't see it. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, there's the death knell was when they messed up my massage therapy because I would have been I'd still be going twice a month to 3 times a month. Right? Nothing would have dissuaded me. Right? They try to torture me out of there. Right? So if I could have stayed in that would have stopped all the nonsense. Right? I'd still be healthy. 100%. Thank you, Larry. Because I mean, their massage techniques were pretty broad. And then it was like Planet Fitness showed up, but that was kind of a bad thing, not really a good thing, because that's where I said, well, I'll just go to Planet Fitness, use the massage beds, which kind of worked. Right? I walked and stretched and lifted a little bit of weights. Didn't do much there. Most of it was walking and stretching. But when I lost that, I lost the stretching. And it's not like me. I was like the biggest stretcher in life. Again, having a lower lumbar issue only is different than what I got going on now. Right. And that's, that would have, if that could have come and go and I get surgery and that's it, right. Oh boy, it is cold. Thought it would warm up today. All right. So when it starts to get weird in that left back, I just check the right and I can see it's cramping up. I got to get that released. Gosh, I have no idea how I couldn't see it before. Thank you, Larry. Make sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn. Actually, I'm waiting on my mattress pad that heats the bed. That's what I need. I think that's going to make a difference. So when I ordered the tennis balls from Amazon, that's when I found the tennis ball in the sock. Well, let's see here. Out for delivery. Oh, there it is. 5 stops away. Woohoo! Woohoo! Okay, it's on the same vehicle. The hat and the thing. Well, it's like the vegetarian sausages I buy on Amazon are not the ones I want because they have spice in them. I'm trying to get something a little less spicy, but it's like they don't have the ones that I want because Whole Foods has them, and they're $2, over about $2 more, about $1.50 more. It makes no sense. They'll be able to put that mattress pad on, and they say it gets hot. And I think the reality is that it's not this. It doesn't have like that the heating pads have that like faux fur covering. Right. This is just real thin. So because they said I don't. Somebody said I don't even know who can use it above 6 because it just drives them out of their bed, or 5 or something like that. Yeah, they knew. They knew that the massage was healing me physically and psychologically. They're sickos. Agree there. So again, I'm going to give you something how God works, how Hashem works. So, say you have a theory in a religion. Okay, here's an example. Christians say nothing but the blood of Jesus can save you. Right? The fact is, that could be true, but it could have caused a million different things throughout time and space before, during, and after his life that will save you. Oh my God. Well, because it's just, again, it doesn't mean anything because there's no hierarchy. But Jesus is a big spirit here. He's probably the spirit that is the sun. And if the sun refused to shine, you see there's stuff everywhere. Right. Yeah. If you read the Christian scriptures Kabbalistically, then you'll see what it says. So that's what it is really anyway. Anytime they talk about a relationship with God, it generally means Kabbalistic. So again, the goal is to not have to use any magnesium oil if I can. I just, I think back to when I was just so naive in Santa Fe, going to massage, so happy. Right. So what generally happens is people take the attributes of other people in themselves and put it on to me. And again, the spy operators, the spycraft operators, that's what they do to people, right? To make them think I'm somebody other than I am. Right? I keep coming outside. See, they do that to make it weird for this young lady. I come outside when she's out here and she knows I have a camera, so it's just very strange. Maybe she'll just think I happen to be out here all the time. That's generally it. But now, if I could have met this head on 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I'd been back in. I got my dentistry done. It all would have been done, right? I couldn't even get to this point. And it was much more probably a certain degree healable, much more healable back then because it wasn't stuck like that for a long time, right? Actually, right. Yeah, the key was for me to stay probably in Oklahoma, and then actually we can go all the way back, right? I still, the move back to Santa Fe was valid. I really liked being there. I liked my neighbor Linda, the older lady, right? Thank you, Larry. I think the weather agreed with me initially, at least. Right? It's just dry, generally dry. I just didn't. The weather in Arizona just didn't thrill me. Just being that warm year round, I don't know. Maybe it would have been good. I don't know. But I definitely felt myself pick up. And it could have been I had valley fever or whatever too, right? Because they have that thing. Right? I think there's mountain cedar in the winter, and I don't remember what months I were there. I have to look. All I remember is sitting inside with my air conditioning cranked. At one point, it was like 115 degrees. I went during like a heat thing. I think I was there a couple of times, but I can't remember for sure. Or I had a couple different apartments. Well, stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.